I am to be here. One of the things I'm going to try to do moving forward is to come on every other week, probably on Fridays. If you guys want to message me what days or times work best for you, that would be great. You can add that in the comments. I am going to come on and do a live question and answer, and also answer some of the questions that are periodically being messaged to me about the 28-day reset. One of the great things that I love about the reset is the flexibility. So you can, and I've been promoting this and talking about it a little more lately, you can do the reset, try it for a day, see how you feel. I did it in the first time and like really stuck to all the like the apple cider vinegar, the nutritional yeast, all of like the elements. And within 24 hours, I could feel my body just like a switch triggered on. So I really encourage you to try it for one day, try it for 3 days. If the 28-day reset is too much of a commitment for you, decide a shorter period of time, commit to it. Agree at that moment with yourself that you're going to follow through with that commitment and do it. I guarantee you, you will feel a lot better. You will feel some ailments that you deal with fade, so much so that you may not want to go back to eating some of the things that you were eating. It really is dairy-free, wheat-free, sugar-free. There's a lot of allergens there that can be affecting your body. Even the simplest, hormonal acne, every cycle you get, a breakout, that kind of stuff. Let's see what else, some ailments like back pain, bloating. A part of the 28-day reset is properly food combining. So I have taken out some of those allergens I just talked about, and they really will, if you're improperly food combining, those ingredients can cause a lot of gas, digestive issues, gastric, bloating. So if you just learn to properly food combine, and here I'll make it really simple for you. Food combination it can get really complicated if you start studying it. Eat fruit alone. You can have fruit on a salad, but there cannot be any bread or protein. So fruit and veggies alone. Melon cannot be mixed with any other fruits. So you just want to have melon by itself. The next is protein and salad. Protein and salad is great. Don't add croutons or you're going to be improperly food combining. The worst is the sandwich with dairy, meat, and bread. That is just a stomach ache waiting to happen. And it's one of the most common American foods that we go to is the sandwich. So if you think about it this way, all of these ingredients digest at a different amount of time. So it may take, and I don't have the chart, but it may take 30 minutes to digest a piece of protein. But then if you've eaten it with bread, that's ready to be digested in 10 minutes. So then you have these acids that start to grow and cause, again, these stomach bloating issues. So if you're continuously eating like that, you're going to experience this kind of digestional issue. So food combination is one of the great things on the 28-day reset. You will literally see a difference because it is thought out, like the program is set up so that food combination is properly being taken in. So I just saw a question. What fruits should I avoid? Well, on the 28-day reset, I have allowed a portion of fruit, like if you have to. They're really, like, I personally don't eat fruit. I may take a bite of like a strawberry because I'm cutting strawberries for my kids, but I just don't eat a ton of fruit. I don't think I ever go and just have a smoothie. I feel like if I do want something, like if I do want a fruit, I would eat the fresh fruit and not pulverize it. It's kind of like an IV of sugar straight into the bloodstream. So when your body doesn't have to digest it and digest the fibers, the sugar goes straight into the bloodstream and affects your body differently than if you were just eating the fruit. What types? I mean, I recommend, apple, all of the fruits are great. There isn't one that I would stay away from. If you are deciding on the 28-day reset to eat fruit, I just would be careful if you are having melon to have the melon separate. So I had posted last week our melon soup when I was doing the 3-day water fast. And that is a great way to come off of a fast, but it was just melon. There wasn't any other fruit mixed in there with it. I think I put a little bit of mint, which is an herb and is safe for food combining. So, but really on the reset, you're trying to keep your glycemic index down and you're trying to trigger fat burning and just a healing property. So if you wanted to throw in on the 28-day reset 1 day of fasting, I don't mention this in the documentation because it can get intimidating for people. So, but if again, these posts that I'm doing for the 28-day reset, every other week, I'm going to be doing these and answering questions. These are some of the things I'm going to go more into detail that you can learn from watching these videos. A few more tips to help you in the 28-day reset. So you can. So what I love to do is Wednesdays are my fasting days. Whether or not I'm on the reset or not, it's just something that we do in our home. Wednesdays are my days for fasting. And so a great thing to eat that next day is fruit. So that's when I would recommend you eating fruit on the 28-day reset. Let's see. What other questions did I see? Okay, this is great. Thanks for these questions. I'm going to pop this up. Okay, so what other breakfast meals do you eat while you're on the reset? Personally, I'm not a big breakfast person. I believe in intermittent fasting, and I do liquids until noon. Sometimes I'll push it till 2. So on the 28-day reset, what we have suggested is the broccoli and lentil mix. And that is like 8 a.m., like wake up in the morning and eat. Or the option, if you want to go a little bit deeper, is the green juice. So I personally have wheatgrass and green juice every morning. I have my wheatgrass, my hot water and lemon, and then the cayenne pepper. And I go to yoga, do my heated yoga, sweat, meditate, focus, come back home and have my green juice. And then I wait until noon to eat my salad. On the reset, I have the 2 options, like I said, so you can choose to do the broccoli and the coconut oil. I really recommend any type of dark leafy greens and lentils or some type of bean that you prefer. Again, there's no grains. At Hippocrates, when you do go there, it is an option to have grains in the morning, but on this specific reset, I ask to get the best benefits of this time. So like I had mentioned earlier, if you're committing to something, if it's for a day, 3 days, 7 days, or 28 days, and you've agreed, like, I'm going to go for this thing, then go for it. This is why I've, really stayed away from the allergens, the carbs. Like, really go for the alkalizing diet that's going to help your body to detox and reset. No sugars, no wine, no alcohol. I know I saw this shirt the other day and it said, it was really funny. It was this vegan company and it said, vodka is vegan. And it was so funny. I mean, I am definitely one to enjoy a nice cocktail on a date night with my husband in balance for sure. But when you're committing to do this reset, you got to just agree that you're not going to cave and agree with yourself. Again, this is another element of self-love and really self-discipline. It's really good. I really encourage you guys to make that pact with yourself. And whether or not you can do a day or 2 or 3 or 7 or 28, that's up to you, for your commitment. 28 days is a big commitment, but you're going to get big results. So, on an average day, I recommend, and this is not on the 28-day reset. I recommend alkalizing grains in the morning, millet, amaranth. There's one more that I always forget. Millet, amaranth, quinoa. And then you can either make it sweet or make it salty. And so when I'm at Hippocrates, these are the options for breakfast, and I love it. I crush like 2 to 3 cloves of fresh garlic, olive oil, and some Bragg's and cayenne in my whatever grain that they're serving that morning. And I love it. This is a great alkalizing grain. And when I keep saying alkalizing, some of the grains people ask me about, well, can I eat rice? Well, rice is kind of like wheat, and it will eventually, we'll see just as many allergies coming up, like similar to the gluten allergies. I don't remember anyone being allergic to gluten when I was a kid, or nuts. That's another topic for another day. But so I lost my train of thought there. But the question was, what other breakfast meals do you eat on the reset? So those are, for the reset, we really just do stay away from breakfast. Let me try to hide this. Thank you guys for being patient with me. So one of the things that I did want to talk about also is the nutritional yeast. So that is an ingredient that's on your shopping list to buy, and you put it on your dark leafy greens. I know I said broccoli. It can be, spinach, whatever dark leafy greens you can get your hands on, kale. And again, it's just like a minute or two, lightly saute it so that you're still getting the raw, some of the raw nutrients in there. You can add Bragg's, and nutritional yeast. If you don't want Bragg's, you don't have to use it. Bragg's is amazing. It's a soy amino acid, but it does not affect your body like processed soy does. The way that it is fermented is not a hormone disruptor. So that's one thing to keep in mind with the Bragg's. I buy a little spray bottle of the Bragg's. I dump it out and I fill it up halfway with water and halfway with the Bragg's. It can be pungent. So use it sparingly or use a little bit less, like I just suggested. But again, you don't have to use the Bragg's. Not everyone loves it. You can also try coconut amino acids. And that's great. My little guy, he's 4.5, and if I don't make his salad with the coconut aminos, he's like not having it. He's like, Mom, you didn't put the coconut aminos on. So they're delicious. Even my little guy, who's my most difficult eater, will eat it. So the nutritional yeast is amazing. So I had posted a little bit on someone's comments on the group this week. Not sure if you saw that. And so, that was really interesting to go a little bit deeper on the nutritional yeast benefits. And that's because they're rich in vitamin Bs, but you want to be careful as to which brand you buy. Fortified, enriched, any of those kind of words that you're seeing suggest synthetic supplements. You have to, I mean, this is just the world we live in. We think we're buying something healthy and it's just not as healthy as we thought. So that's a goal of Cult of V. I'm always here trying to bring you guys the truth as I'm learning. I've learned a lot in my journey, but I'm learning every day. The more that I go through my journey with my health, the more I'm learning and sharing with you guys. So that's my heart. That's your life, your journey. And so with the nutritional yeast, it also has a significant amount of protein. So they've found that it can be up to, what was the research I was doing? 1/4 of a cup can have a decent amount of protein, and I can't find protein and vitamin B and iron. So that's why it's on every salad, every greens that you're taking in, every portion of food. I have suggested you put the nutritional yeast on. It's kind of a nutty, cheesy flavor. When I make like a vegan Alfredo, I use the nutritional yeast. That gives it that natural cheesy flavor. So I'm like using cashews and lemon and water and garlic, and then a decent amount of the nutritional yeast just gives it that Alfredo dairy Parmesan flavor without the dairy. And so there's that element to the nutritional yeast. And then gut health is a big thing. So I already mentioned and reflected on proper food combining. So if we're taking out the improper food combining that we're doing and adding in all of these coconut oil and nutritional yeast, all of these things that are superfoods and have are multifaceted in the way that they help our bodies. And so it is important to make sure that you're doing those things. Like if you're doing the reset, you don't want to just eat broccoli. Like make sure there's a reason why each element is put into the reset, is really thought of strategically. So don't miss out on the nutritional yeast, because that's going to be healing your gut, especially if you have certain ailments. Really the gut and Ayurvedic medicine is where everything starts. It's where all sickness and disease starts. So, I always say this, but like if my kids are sick and we're like not getting over it for a day or two, I'm like enemas right away, because that's where all the detox is going. Whatever virus, whatever sickness or bacteria, it's all getting detoxed to the colon. And so it is important. Yes, I do give my kids enemas. Some of them like it. Some of them feel like it's torture. But it really does help to clean out the colon. And so if you're not going to the bathroom every day, it is important. You should at least be going once a day. So then we can talk more at a later time about colon health, because I could go off. I'm like feeling myself go off on a whole other tangent when it comes to colon health, because it's a passion and it is a huge part of your health. So again, with the reset, the nutritional yeast is healing the gut. And the apple cider vinegar is in there. And again, with this too, not all apple cider vinegar is created equal. So you want to look for fermented. I just love the Bragg's company. They are a solid company. They've been around for a long time. They're trusted. They ferment their apple cider vinegar. Now I'm tempted sometimes, because I am paying whatever $12 for a decent sized jar, but then I go to Costco and I see two of the same jars for $12.99. But you have to look at, and it says organic, but you have to go look a little bit deeper, because it's not fermented. So it doesn't have like the live cultures in there that come in and help your body with digestion. Apple cider vinegar is just such a powerful tool for healing. I think I had an aunt who my dad told me was like lived to be like 105 or 106. And when they asked her what she did every day, how did you live this long? Like, what was your life like? And one of the things that she did every morning when she woke up was drink apple cider vinegar and water. She did it forever. And so it's a great cleanser. I have a book, and also from Bragg's, they make these little pamphlets, and it talks about like 101 healing properties of apple cider vinegar. So I could really go into that and go off on a whole other tangent, but do your research, type it in, and learn a little bit more. I am sending emails when you sign up for the reset, so you are learning along the journey. And then I am planning to do these live videos more often to give you more tidbits and details about the reset. So I'm going to answer one more question and then go from there. Okay, what about dinners? Well, the dinners are the same. The dinners are the same portion of beans and veggies, and you can mix it up a little bit with what you're getting, fresh produce. When I do the reset, I go and get like as much dark leafy greens and beans and lentils as I can. And I go like every 3 to 4 days when I'm doing the reset. And so, you know, on the fasting day, so again, the reset does not talk about the fasting day, but for optimal results, I suggest doing a fast on Wednesday or, you know, midweek. And this would be a day where you could do the green soup, and the green soup is in the recipes. That's a great thing to have on a fasting day because it's blended, it's pulverized, you're not digesting fibers, but you're getting a little something on a day that you've been fasting. And that would be like drinking green juice all day, doing the cayenne water, and doing the teas, the herbal teas. So again, if you look on the archives of videos, we're also on YouTube. You can see the videos where I talked about fasting. I did a 3-day water fast last week. And so you can learn a lot through those videos. I showed how to make the green soup, how to make the melon soup. And then I did even touch in a little on colon health too with that. So I love avocados. They're a great source of fat. Again, make sure that you're not mixing them with the nuts. I do have on the reset that you, as a snack, like you can have a handful of soaked nuts. Make sure you soak your nuts, put them in the fridge. They can be stored in containers. Handful of nuts if you're like starving and you need an in-between snack. But don't mix it with avocado. That's another food combination. No. You don't want to have nuts and avocado. So again, I always refer back to Hippocrates because it's where I studied. It's my home away from home. I literally have to go there once a year just to check in, reset. My body literally goes into like a different level of detox. Like I drink wheatgrass and green juice every day. I drink it every day. And when I step foot in there and I'm just in that place, because I've been there so many times over the years, it's like a different level of detox. Even though I'm eating the same foods I normally eat at home, it's just this serene place for me. And so I always reflect back to that place. So, yeah, but anyways, avocados, nuts, don't food combine those. I'm trying to think what else. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Thank you guys for being here with me. If anyone has any other questions, post them now. I love you guys. I hope that you feel encouraged, that you've learned a little bit more about the reset. And if you haven't tried the reset, that you give it a try. Commit to yourself. Do it for a day. See how you feel. Try it out. Anyone can do anything for a day. And I guarantee you, after a day, there's just this, your body energetically just feels better. You'll probably go through some stages of detox after a couple of days like this, but do it. I challenge you, give it a try. Message me, reach out to me. Again, I'll be doing these videos every other week. If there's any questions you have for me, you can email them to me or post them in the comments. I love you all. Feel blessed and have a great weekend. Bye.